Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Full Force News Burst Live special with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic AT. Yeah, we're talking some classified series rumors today that have popped up just out of the blue, really. But there is, in this kind of case, there is a little bit of you know, uh, smoke without fire sort of scenario. There's definitely something behind this. So we'll have a look at it, we'll break it down, and we'll talk about some of those options. I'm banging the laptop all over the place at the moment. But yeah, we'll be getting stuck into those rumors today. So I hope everyone's well. Who's joining me in the chat? Hello, Philly. This is starting to be like the old days when you're on the reg and morn time. Yeah, it does feel a little bit like a very regular occurrence now, getting these news bursts in the evenings. It kind of feels quite nice to have like a regular show almost as well, and more content as well, which is good. Working on as well the Cobra Ferret. Let's talk classified Cobra Ferret, which hopefully will be out very soon as well. Maybe shortly after I can get this finished, I can work on that. But anyway, hello Philly, hello Marcus, hello everyone in the chat, hello everyone watching at home or in the car or wherever you're watching. You don't watch in the car. If you're listening in the car is what I should say. You know what I'm saying though. Let's get stuck in then to the news from the day, which is all about classified series rumors. Right then, I think we should start first off by me acknowledging my hilarious faux pas yesterday in accidentally revealing that there's going to be an Iron Grenadier bat. Let's just get that out of the way, right? That was an accident, but it's out there now, so whatever. Apologies to everyone that affects. For me being very tired at the time. I'm not sure how good an idea this is actually doing this stream even tonight. But I'll go ahead, hands in the air. It was an accident, but it is legit. And there you go. That's all I'm saying on that one. We'll come back to that when some official listings pop out, shall we? But anyway, yeah, we don't talk about Fight Club. Hello, everyone in the comments. Loads of you are joining now. This is brilliant. Anyway, let's talk about what we're here to talk about. And that is that earlier today, I did, didn't I, Philly? Earlier today, Chaz the Guru kind of posted some hints that T1 Toys was kind of making. Now, T1 Toys has had kind of like a lot of early information, a lot of legitimate information that has kind of been, kind of leaked out here, there, and everywhere. So there's nothing to say that these, we can say rumors, but like I said before, there's no smoke without fire. Is that the term? And in this case, I think we've got probably some solid scenarios. Wink, wink. That too obvious? Yeah, that was too obvious. So, I mean, I think we can expect that these will be happening at some point. Obviously, we're not going to go into the details of how that's going to be the case, but we can talk about these as choices, and we can talk about the characters and all that kind of good stuff that are in this. And of course, we can treat them as rumors for now, if that makes everyone feel better. Ready for tomorrow, Wrath of Cobra trailer, says Soda. Oh, that's cool. I'm actually interviewing the Wrath of Cobra developers on Friday. So very excited about that. Yeah, I will obviously all be revealed after the fact when it's edited and goes out. But the actual interview is happening on Friday. So that's really exciting. Anyway, let's focus, on classified series. Now, first up, one of those hints that T1 Toys, and of course, shout out to Chaz the Guru for bringing it to our attention as well. As specifically in this case. So what was I going to say? Yeah, so let's talk about the kind of breakdown of these. So the first one that popped up was Road Pig. Now, this is kind of like not the worst kept secret, but like one that we just knew was going to be coming. Lenny's talked about Road Pig so much in the past that I'm surprised it hasn't happened earlier. Now, there is a slight twist with this Road Pig figure, which I'm not going to get into now, but it's very cool and very exciting. And I, for one, cannot wait for this figure to come out. Genuinely, I think it's going to be amazing. Um, so I imagine I imagine what will happen with this particular figure is it will have a new build. I think it will be one of those ones that's like done slightly differently, and we'll get a new body out of this. That's what I'm expecting, genuinely. Um, Road Pig was more prominent in the comics as figure six pack. Yeah, he kind of was. Um, oh, that's a good point. His tank ship notifications. I mean, what is it? The 29th now should be happening soon, shouldn't it? Because we like they got the had to get all the addresses sorted out with the 24th. I haven't had a shipping notification yet. I'm not sure if anyone has, but I'm sure that will be soon. Dan71 finally caught a live stream. Brilliant. Well done. Yeah, so I think we're going to get a big buck for this one. I think we're going to get a new body for this particular figure. December 1st is on Friday. It's figure six pack. Yes, it is. Yeah. What was there another conversation going on? Sorry, in the comments, I must have missed that. Plastic Battles, hello Paul. Maybe he'll smell like Stinkor did for Motu. That would be hilarious. I used to honestly, Stinkor was one of my favorites as a kid because of that feature. And I remember being so like I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but I might have mentioned this before. But as a kid, I had I think every Masters of the Universe figure vehicle playset that came out in the UK. I was spoiled, I'm not going to lie. My first ever action figure was He-Man and Battle Cat, the pack, the set. So I was like super into Motu as a kid. I remember selling them all. As a kid, and regretting it like almost immediately. And yeah, so I had like pretty much every Motu figure that was released in the UK. We didn't get Eternia. We didn't get Randor, and there were some others that we didn't get either. Anyway, and also on top of that, I had every New Adventures figure as well because I was a massive fan of New Adventures. Can you believe that? I know it's like really like it's a bit derided, and not everyone's like a fan of that particular cartoon or version of He-Man. But I was well into it. I love that kind of like it's like an AT-AT with a claw on it, and the little enemy ship would dock on it. It was freaking phenomenal. I loved it. Scareglow was another one that didn't make it to the UK. Leon, you're right. You're right. Yeah, Stinkor was great though. I loved it. Anyway, so I don't know why I'm talking about that. Road Pig. So this is one that I mean, we like I said, it is rumors, but for the most part, we're getting them. So I don't even know why we're kind of skirting around it. Star Space Eternal. Yeah, the spaceship, Robert H. Oh, the spaceship was phenomenal. I had that as well. That was absolutely phenomenal. I loved it. I actually did get Eternia, a boxed Eternia, very recently from Kokomo Toys. Very recently, probably like 5 years ago now. But that was I had that for a period of time. Have actually sold it since for much more, obviously. But anyway, enough of the Motu talk. Let's talk Road Pig. So yes, we are kind of skirting around that whole aspect that these are rumors, but this is effectively going to happen. We're just not going to get into the details of each figure. Is what I'm getting at here. So yeah, it was 90s He-Man figure six pack. Yes, that's what the New Adventures was. So anyway, Road Pig, I'm just very excited for this one. I expect a lot of cool stuff with this. The details we do know about it don't relate to what I've just mentioned there, but the details we can't go into. I think you'll be very excited, and I think it will be very cool what they're doing with this particular figure. So awesome stuff. He's got to come with his cinder block. Again, I'm not aware if he does or not, but he's got to come with that cinder block on a stick. It has to happen. The crossbow would be like also kind of necessary, as will that kind of weird shield thing. I think he has to have all those. I think all of those weapons and accessories, even in the secondary, of course, the secondary. I think they're all so synonymous with the character. You kind of have to have them. I would personally love it if they threw in that. Is it Outback smacks Road Pig in the head in the Action Force monthly issues, like multiple times, and it just bends the metal bar, or like smacks him in the face, and it just bends the metal bar in his face shape. It's so funny. Anyway, Yeah, like I think this has been a long time coming, and I think they had to get a few of the other Dreadnoks out before they did Road Pig, but it looks like we're going to get this one pretty soon, so that's awesome. So that's the first one. The Exocet Panda says, "Does this mean there will be a pulse stream reveal before year end?" I don't know if there's going to be like an event, but it wouldn't surprise me if there was. I mean, there's pre-order drops by the looks of things. There's a 60th anniversary pre-order drop, which is I think almost all but confirmed by his tank. So that's one thing we can kind of go. Looks like that's going to be, and that's the 7th, I want to say, of December, or 12th, 6th, or 7th. Yeah, yeah. But maybe there'll be a stream. Maybe there'll be just one of those videos they put out, like they do every night. They have done in the past recently when it's not a big event. They'll just throw a pre-recorded video up, and we get one of those. But yeah, it looks like pre-orders are going to be happening. Brian Blessed Fury Fletcher has put his most wanted Joes up here. Let's have a look at these. Bomb Strike, Footloose, Leatherneck, Hit and Run, Ripcord, Heavy Metal / Rampage, Freestyle, Steamroller, The Fridge, Repeater, Recoil, Hard Drive, nice one, and Tiger Claw. There's some heavy hitters in there. I think a lot of people will want Footloose, Leatherneck, Hit and Run. I think they're like, classics. Bomb Strike as a newer female character, I think is a absolute odds on, because she is a wicked figure from like the modern character as well, but like her comic appearances, her modern 4-inch figure, and the kind of the new sculpt era figure is pretty cool actually, with the t-shirt and the GI Joe on the t-shirt. But I love that one with the kind of body armor. Kate's done an amazing cosplay of that particular version. But yeah, they're great shouts, Brian. Love those, mate. I've also got to say Repeater, Recoil, Steamroller, man. There's a face only a mother could love. Hard Drive's a deep cut, and Tiger Claw's actually a pretty deep cut. The Ninja absolutely would be up for that though. Yeah, good shouts on all those, man. Really like those. Ripcord's coming, so you're lucky. He's coming, man. You've also done a most wanted Cobra. Let's look at these too. I'm interested in these as well. Wild Weasel, I think might be a possibility. The way that people are talking about the Rattler could be the next HasLab, and again, I don't know, but that is a serious one, because that was really making some waves through SDCC, and I felt like Lenny was talking it up a bit as well. But so Wild Weasel could be an opportunity there. Scalpel is an awesome shout. Again, that kind of medic Cobra looking, yeah, well cool. Overkill's a good one because of all the bats. The bats need some sort of cyborg leader. I'm in for that, especially if they did the kind of Buttons McBoom Boom out the chest with the guns. That'd be well cool. Tombstone is a decent shout as well. The kind of newer 50th anniversary era figure. Yeah, good shout there too. Slice and Dice 2-pack. Yeah, I can feel that. Blackout's a good one as well, especially if we can get Bomb Strike and Barrel Roll and get all the kids, all the stalls. Munitia's a good shout. Guillotine, Grimskull, Gallows. I see where you're going here. Kind of like the Plague almost, but yeah, very good shouts on those. Razor Claw, another deep ass cut. Again, new sculpt era, but again a good shout. And Raven from the cartoon, from the Sunbow cartoon, In the Presence of Mine Enemies. So yeah, good shout on that one, Brian. I like that. All those are pretty good as well. I like those. Dreadnoks need a vehicle, says Craig. I think we're going to get a Thunder Machine by the sounds of other rumors and rumblings going around. Grant says, though I'm personally not crazy about whole Cobra La concept. I love Nemesis Enforcer. Also, when I think of Stardust, I can't help but think of the song Starman by David Bowie. Well, let's get to some of those next as well. Leon says, no point of a reveal with all the leaks. True, we get a lot of leaks, don't we? The Fridge, actually, I've kind of skimmed over the Fridge there, Brian. The Fridge would be a great shout as well, but that would probably come with a license situation. Not saying it won't happen, just saying it would be awesome, and that might be the situation there. Who's Freestyle, says Rob H. Freestyle is a Night Force pilot from the kind of like modern 4-inch G.I. Joe Collectors Club, JoeCon exclusive sort of vibe year era. So Nightfall, they did a Nightfall set, and Freestyle was the pilot, a female pilot that was kind of like a creation of their own, basically. But yeah, you can go on like Yojo and look it up, Robert. But that's basically freestyle is. Um, Ripcord is coming with the Dragonfly. Yes, absolutely. Right, Interrogator. Oh, I like that one, Paul. That's a good shout. Tiger Force hit and run we need for sure, Jeremy. Yes, agreed. Right, let's talk. Yeah, sorry. Loving all the shouts in the comments, loving all the most wanted and everything. I've kind of gone on off track a little bit here, but coming back to this, let's check out the next one, Starduster. Now, I utilized this image because obviously there were multiple versions of Starduster. Shout out to 3D Joes. Appreciate the images there, bud. Shout out to Carson. And of course, it was a mail away figure with Action Stars cereal, and then I think there were other mail away options following that for Starduster. But really loved the idea of them doing Starduster. It would probably be a heavy kit bash, I would imagine, based on the fact that we have a lot of these kind of. I mean, was it the first version's got Recondo torso? I think is that a Recondo torso? I might be wrong. What is that torso on the left? Completely forgotten now. Anyway, either way, we've got the technology, but we've got the parts to kind of kit bash a Starduster, and then obviously, thank you, Paul, for backing me up on that one. It is a Recondo torso. Thank you, and then obviously you've got the Duke torso that follows that. So we've got the ability to kit bash Starduster. Now, the question is, what do you like jetpack, cool and everything? Yeah, awesome. So this one could be done very simply. This one could be done as like a figure, singles standard sort of figure. But this one, I don't know. It makes me think that there's more to this one, mainly due to the fact that it's got some kind of deep cut territory. It's got some like history. I'd like to see some sort of like homage to the cereal in some case. Maybe like a little cereal box or something would be kind of fun. Action Stars cereal box would be really fun, I think, for him to come with. Just a little one, like a Sergeant Slaughter accessory comes with the figure, kind of carded figure. Jump would be cool. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. You could do this one as like a bigger deluxe kind of figure, and he could come with something cool like a jump. But yeah, you kind of think Grand Slam with that, don't you? That's another kind of thing with the jump set. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But yeah. Paul says, I maintain you should come with a large jump pad that can double as helipad for Dragonfly. That would be kind of fun. And yeah, and like the fact they're doing a lot of tie-ins with the Hiss tank, HasLab with the Fire Team and the SMS with the Techno Viper. You wonder if we get Dragonfly HasLab kind of things that come along with it. So yeah, that would be kind of cool. Like Starduster with some sort of Dragonfly kind of like helipad would be mental. But all with things that would interact with the Dragonfly, like a little kind of like fuel kind of thing that you could plug into like something like like can you fuel it up and stuff like that. Would be so dope. Some sort of missile rack weapon transport sort of deal like the Sky Striker has. Oh, that would be so dope, man. That would be so dope. Anyway, yeah, I like that. I like that thought. And it just kind of sparks that idea of, oh, maybe he's going to come with something that links to the Dragonfly, because how cool would this figure have been to come along with the Dragonfly? That would have been really cool, actually. I think Stardust popped up a few times when people were talking about figures they thought might come with the Dragonfly, might get unlocked with the Dragonfly. Night Force Starduster would have been cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely. I would honestly, I would dig it if this one just came in a cereal box homage. I think that would be so much fun. Honestly, I think it'd be wicked. Anyway, I do like this as a character. I'm excited to see what happens here. I think it's going to be a heavy kit bash, new head sculpt, I imagine, and then the helmet would be new. I think that hasn't been done yet, has it? No. But anyway, yeah, really up for that. But yeah, I guess we'll see. And of course, you've got the jump back jetpack that kind of makes that we already have in the line, so it all makes sense for Starduster. Anyway, loads of you. I'm glad you're putting in all of your like most wanteds and stuff like that. Effectively, it just becomes a big list of all the characters that haven't been done yet, which, which is effectively what it is. But yeah, I think yeah, Dial Tone, Death Valley Machine, Dial Tone's a good one to add to what Brian had mentioned earlier. Backblast is a good one too. Ambush is in the Pathfinder. Yeah, Lifeline, Mainframe, obviously heavy duty. Yeah, Downtown, Airtight. There's so many heavy hitters, and I'm not talking about Downtown technically, but Downtown is a good figure and an underrated figure by that addition as well. The accessories he comes with is so good. His helmet is in Retro Duke. Is it, Leon? How have I missed that helmet? Yeah, of course it is. Yes, the render. Yeah. Okay, so it is effectively something they could probably put together today, straight away. So yeah, that's a good one. Anyway, we need a 9 Grenadier bat. Okay, RKW, keep rubbing it in. Next up on the list, of course, was Nemesis Enforcer. Now, this is one that's like, it's a bit derided, isn't it? The Cobra La kind of thing. It's one of those things you either love it or you hate it, I think. Not many people are on the fence with Cobra La. I personally love it. I love the movie. I'm down for this. I'm very excited to see how big this bad boy is going to be because, like, I mean, the Serpentor body is rather unique and it's the biggest one in the line, I think, Serpentor. So this is going to have to probably be another new body, I'd imagine, because it's so unique and he's got to be tall. He's got to be at minimum the same height as Serpentor, if not bigger. And then the wings, if they do him, if we're talking classified level wings, these things are going to be stonkers. Will they be kind of like flexible? Will they be out and will there be two sets of them so he could have an innie and an outie? Will they be articulated? Will they be kind of like flexible or will they be kind, like with like, because it's got kind of like that on as you look on this image right here, that kind of faux kind of like soft flesh inside the wings, right? I wonder if they'll do like soft goods inside that, or will they go and just do two sets of hardies, two sets of hards, one to like do like wings in and wings out. I don't know, but either way, this one is buzzing my berries as an option. And it could be one of those deluxe thingies that we have. It could be one of those, couldn't it? We do. I mean, that's the thing. When I'm looking at these kind of like coming out as like what do you call it? As kind of rumored possible upcomers. Come on, they're coming. And you kind of like, where do they fit in that like list of code words and stuff? So yeah, we'll hope. Well, you never know. There might be another Decoded episode coming pretty soon. Who knows? There might be. Anyway, yeah. Rachel says Nemesis Enforcer will probably be a deluxe figure. You'd be and I think of all the cool stuff you could come with. There's also you look in the carded version of the 3-pack there on the left. He did also come with the tentacles, which we actually are more what's the word associated with Pythona really as the snake that she throws, the 4-headed like electricity snake that she throws at the fence to cut the fence down in her infiltration of the Terradrome in the movie. But I would say that they could probably throw some things in with this. Like you could probably get some of those accessories with this figure, but you'd want to hold some back for the inevitable now. If Nemesis Enforcer is on the table, the inevitable Pythona, Royal Guard. I mean, they're going to want to do Troop Builder, aren't they? And then Globulus has to be in there too, right? I mean, well, I think they'll probably test the waters with Nemesis Enforcer here, but I'm very excited to see Nemesis Enforcer in the line because I think it's going to be a cool. And I've even forgot about the old like blades, his elbows. Will they do like retractable ones? Will they be like Helix and have like secondaries? Like, will they be like a secondary? I imagine they'll do secondaries rather than weapons, but maybe they'll do removable ones. So like they come out the gloves and then like the hands could come off with the glove and the blade, and you could put other ones on that had smaller or retracted So either I don't think they'll do retractable because that's almost like impossible. Almost, I'm throwing the challenge out to them, but it's probably already been done anyway. But I imagine it'll be two sets of like gloved hands, so that one will have long blades, but one will have short. I'm guessing. I'm guessing. Yeah, a lot of people are like, was jumping the shark with Cobra La and all that kind of stuff. But again, I think it's one of those things where you love it or hate it, and you know that's you got to accept that. You know, GI Joe is a huge brand with a huge amount of different characters. You're not going to like every single one of them. I guarantee that because every time a character comes out, you just see the hate for it like fly out, and there's always going to be some people that don't like some characters. So it's just one of those things. It's just another aspect of it. But I think for sure this is going to open the doors for more of those kind of figures. We've got Jinx coming as well. I'm trying to think of any others that we know of that I can say and not do another slip up. But anyway, you know, we've got other figures that you know you could kind of argue are movie related. So I mean, Jinx is 100% movie related. I don't think she shows up again. So yeah. Anyway, that is Nemesis Enforcer. Very excited for this one. And then we also have Heart Wrencher was thrown in there in the list of kind of the kind of leaked rumor list, I guess we'd call it. Heart Wrencher. Now, this is an interesting one because again, I think a lot of people expected this figure. You know, there's a we're getting a lot of female figures in the line, which is phenomenal and great. Heart Wrenchers are one of those kind of very few of the Dreadnoks. I mean, what Zarana, Zanya, Heart Wrencher. Someone else want to help me out here? Are there any other female Dreadnoks? I can't think of any. I think that's it. Anyway, so yeah, so Heart Wrencher is a later addition to the Dreadnoks. If you a lot of people saying never heard of her, don't remember her, who is she? Let's talk about her. So Heart Wrencher came into the comics. She was in the Frontline comics. She was in a number. I think I want to say that she was in. I want to say that she was in the Frontline comics first. She was. I can't remember exactly when she was brought in, but yeah, she's effectively a mechanic for the Dreadnoks, and we saw her, like I said, prominently in the Frontline series. Then she and then obviously was later used going into IDW. She was in Frontline first, Brian. Frontline was not IDW, was it? Pretty sure Frontline was Image or Devil's Due. I think it was Devil's Due, actually. Either way, I think whatever. But it was prior to IDW. And then obviously IDW continued her going forward. And then we got... or did she get the action figure first? Don't think she's had a figure. I think this is the only figure she's had one on screen, and that was G.I. Joe Collectors Club. So I'm really showing my fake fan at the moment. I only joke when I say that. I'm certainly not a fake fan in the slightest. But honestly, really, at this stage, I can't really be a fake fan at this stage, can I? I just want to double check on the figures. I'm pretty sure this is the only figure for Heart Wrencher, the one that you're looking on screen at the moment. Yeah. So yeah, she basically first appearance, I think, yeah, Frontline 8 was her first. Oh, and only. No, she's been in other stuff, I'm pretty sure, even just background. But she's been in Frontline issue 18, which in actual fact, that Frontline issue was the last issue of the Frontline series, and I covered it when I talked about Norgahide, because Norgahide appears in that issue as well, where Roadblock is a TV chef, and the Dreadnoks are sent in to trash the TV studio. But yeah, this is the only figure, yeah. And obviously the club covered it. Now the character, we'll say the character model that was used in the Frontline comics was a little bit overtly, I don't know, a little bit too much going, like, short skirt, etc., etc. It was a little bit too much like someone's enjoying themselves. So I think the figure that the club came out with was kind of definitely more, I don't know, just made more sense to me. And I liked the design. I liked the vibe they went with. And yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, Brian. But yeah, and she came with the Ground Assault kind of repaint as well, which was really dope. There was a really strong finish to the club product. We had this. We had Zartan and that motorcycle, the Ninja Force Zartan and the motorcycle, which was dope. And we had the Tiger Force figures, which I really loved. The Final 12. There was, and there was other stuff. And there was Marauders deco figures. There was throwback to Action Man as well with the Black Widow. Was it the Black Spider Rendezvous? The Black Widow Rendezvous. Anyway, I'm kind of going again off a little bit with this particular figure though. It's cool that we're getting another female figure in the Nox. I imagine there might be some reuse here of the Zorana torso. Maybe they'll do some sort of like secondary overalls scenario too. I imagine it'll look very similar to this, though, is what I'm getting at. Will it come with a Dreadnought Ground Assault? I don't think so, but that would have been really cool. And it's not, I wouldn't say it's like, it's not beyond the realms of possibility, considering we have a Vamp and there's probably a Stinger on the way, etc., etc. So I don't know. I would probably have to say I think you could probably do. They'll probably do this one with a bit of a kit bash, new head sculpt, like I said, Zorana kind of upper, lowers. I don't know. Maybe new legs, but we'll see. They might just utilize some that are already in the line. I can't think of any off the top of my head that they could use. But anyway, by the by, Heart Wrencher, very interesting addition. But again, awesome. Dreadnought Ground Assault might be a repaint too far for me, says Leon. Oh no, come on, that thing's gorgeous. I'd keep them coming. There are so many Vamp repaints, it's unreal. Anyway, that's that. I've gone back to this screen because now we can look at all of them at the same time. So yeah, these are the Classified Series Rumours coming out of T1 Toys. And I have to say, like I said before, if you're just joining or haven't really caught on, yes, it's rumors, but at the same time, we can sort of kind of say that, yeah, they're more or less, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Chris, fishnets or coveralls? Definitely coveralls, Rachel, for Heart Wrencher. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to say the term I use for that kind of situation. But yeah, I would say coveralls makes sense for a mechanic. Way more sense than what she was wearing in the Frontline comic, shall we say? Anyway, interesting. Probably one of the most diverse lineups of code, like of classified figures we're ever gonna get. Right? That is diverse as heck. That is. In terms of not in terms of diversity, but in terms of the random character selection is what I should say. Yeah, I mean Road Pig, Starduster, yeah, Nemesis and Forza, yeah. It's almost like they put their hands in a hat of names, the remaining names that were left, and just kept pulling out absolute randos. That's what's happened here. Rando Calrissians. Throw a dart. Exactly, Scott. But I couldn't be happier with where these darts have landed. Seriously. All different factions. Yes, Robert, that's probably a better way of describing it. Although technically not, because Road Pig and Heart Wrencher are both Dreadnoks. So not all different factions. Where is Battlecore Muskrat, Leon? Indeed. Hope Storm Shadow version 2 gets rumored soon. Wink, wink, says Dan71. Yeah. I did mention Storm Shadow version 2 yesterday, but not in a wink, wink scenario, just in a figure that I would love to see in the Classified series. Shedding a tear over no Leatherneck rumors, says Kevin. Kevin, yeah. A Leatherneck, though, the fact that we're getting a Leatherneck in the O-ring figures, I would imagine we'll get Leatherneck sooner rather than later. Leatherneck wetsuit, mainframe dial tone, hit and run. There's just so many. There are so many figures that they're, effectively we're just, what's the word? Saving some of the big ones, I think, is what's happening there. Right, I think that's it. I think that's everything. I think we've covered everything. Right, let's bring this one to a close. Guys, thank you so much for joining me again for another news burst. Bit of a quickie tonight, 35-minute. But I'm going to go and have some dinner now. Yeah. Like I said, we're recording out at Full Force HQ. I'm loving this vibe. I'm feeling this. I'm really enjoying these episodes, by the way. It's really nice to come back home and just come down in here into the Full Force HQ, bust out a news burst, and then just be like, yay, I love it. It's amazing. Loving life with this new house. It's amazing. Better get tracker sooner or I'll quit this line, says Paul. Amazing. We still need definitive Retro Snake Eyes version 2. He's never truly been done properly. Leon, yeah, I kind of get what you're saying, but I think Snake Eyes was one of those ones that just was so good. Like I'm still a massive fan of the original classified 00 Snake Eyes. Like that for me, if you go back and watch which has had 16,000 views, by the way, biggest video on the Full Force page is my Diagnostic 80 review, top 10 Snake Eyes figures. Go check that out if you haven't seen it, which I'm sure you have, because 16,000 views. Who hasn't seen it? That's ridiculous. All my videos should be 16,000 views. Yeah, as if. In any case, yeah, that Snake Eyes 00 is still one of my favorite versions of the all lines combined. Leatherneck O-ring question mark? Yes, Kofi, with the Triple T Sergeant Slaughter and Leatherneck Transformers crossover, which was leak released not too long ago. The listing was leaked, was it not? So if you didn't know that, Kofi, go check out our news burst on it, because it was leaked not too long ago. So yeah, Leatherneck and Sergeant Slaughter coming in the O-ring Transformers collaborative crossover. Triple T, which is, I think, is Cup as well, which is even cooler. Anyway, that's enough for me tonight. I'll be hitting your screen soon with another Let's Talk Classified Cobra Ferret video. I'm going to do a TikTok exclusive video as well about my faux pas, which will be funny. So that'll be where it happens legitimately or not. I'll see you guys on the next one. Loads more stuff to come. I can't believe the amount of interviews I have to do next week as well. It's ridiculous, but it's all for you and for me mainly. See you on the next one. Stay fresh, cheese bags. And as always, after 3, 1, 2, 3, Full Force. Bye. That's it for this installment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, Full Force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on X, formerly Twitter, @The Full Force, liking the Facebook page, facebook.com/The Full Force. We've also added a brand new Instagram, so check us out there as well, @The Full Force Podcast, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on any of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/The Full Force Podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.